friendly friends, and welcome to the trial of Ryoma's murder. We're just going to hop right into it because these things take forever, because, well, they do. Anyway, time to figure out how Himiko performed the trick. Are you ready to figure out how Himiko performed the trick, darling?
I don't know if I want to know. I want to believe that magic is real.
Magic isn't real, anyway.
Oh. If we can't figure that out, this case is going nowhere.
Maybe that's the truth bullet. I just have a bullet that says magic isn't real. Okay,
How did Himiko escape the water tank?
Maybe she just climbed out and no one noticed.
Yep, that's exactly it.
She definitely would have been caught.
Perhaps the mechanism was set up on the stage.
That's it.
The curtain covering the tank was certainly suspicious.
What about that square pane of glass we found in the tank?
Yeah.
Maybe the tank had a secret hatch.
Yes.
It must be real magic!
That's it.
Yeah! Real escape magic!
Oh, Kanta.
Maybe there were two Himikos.
What?
And one of them was Tsumugi in disguise.
Tsumugi can't
Hey,
cosplay as people.
What costumes are disguises?
Okay,
How did Himiko escape
so we're
the
agreeing
water
with
tank?
Mai that
Maybe she just climbed out
there
and
is
no
a secret
one noticed.
hatch.
I thought we were gonna...
Nah, she definitely would have been caught.
Never mind.
Perhaps the mechanism
I
was
thought we
set
were
up
gonna
on
say
the
that's
stage.
what we're... Oh,
The
let's
curtain
disagree.
covering the tank
Yeah.
was certainly suspicious.
What about that square pane of glass we found in the tank?
Maybe the tank had a secret hatch.
Okay, maybe I was wrong. Starting on a high note. I just assumed that trick had a dangerous to have someone's very escape hatch.
Damn it!
What?
What are our other bullets?
How did Himiko escape
Water
the
tank,
water
tram,
tank?
Gonta's account, cram,
Maybe she just climbed out and no
piranhas.
one noticed.
Okay, so yeah,
Nah,
it's
she
the...
definitely would have been caught.
Perhaps the mechanism was set up on the stage.
I mean, I
The
think
curtain
that's it.
covering the tank was certainly suspicious.
What
We need
But that
to
makes
agree
no
with
square pane
her.
of glass we found in the tank?
Maybe the tank had a secret hatch.
Maybe we need...
Must be real
Is this one where we can
magic!
steal her answer?
Yeah! Real escape magic!
Maybe there were two
I
Himikos.
don't know.
We can...
And one of
be
them was
agreeing with her.
Tsumugi in disguise. Hey, what costumes are disguises?
That's right, there was a similar water tank in Himiko's lab. If I remember my investigation, there was some trick to the tank. Yeah, the glass pane.
How did Himiko...
Can I look at...
Go to the water tank trick. Bottom.
Oh. I guess... Okay. I guess they wanted us to use this, probably.
Yep.
Then.
Himiko escaped the water tank?
That's stupid.
So we do
Maybe
this
she just
to...
climbed out and no one noticed.
I think it's the same one.
Okay.
Nah, she definitely would have been caught.
Perhaps the mechanism was set up on the stage.
Yeah, I think it's that one because it's not a
The
mechanism as
curtain
much as just a
covering the
hole.
tank was certainly
But-
suspicious.
We'll try
But
agreeing
I don't
with
think
Maki
dis-
first.
I don't
Pane
think
of
disagreeing
glass
with
we
her
found in
does
the
anything
tank.
for us, though.
Maybe the
Like,
tank
doesn't
had a
prove a
secret
point.
hatch.
I agree!
Okay.
I agree! I give my consent to agree!
I concur.
Maki is correct. There was an escape hatch on that tank.
I see. So it did have one.
That's right. I discovered a similar tank in Himiko's lab. There was a panel on the side that could open. That was her escape.
Mind over strength.
No! Tenko, just let us figure this out, okay? You don't need to prove that magic is
Your
real.
logic is all wrong, Shuichi.
What do you mean?
And you don't even know why you're wrong either. Typical degenerate male. I'll smash in your face with my fists of hot burning steel!
Ooh.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Alright, how do I play this again?
The side
Oh no.
of the tank being open doesn't have anything to do with Himiko's escape. She didn't use an escape hatch. I know she didn't do that. And now, I'm gonna punch you!
Okay, I tried.
Yeah,
Wait a
close
second.
enough.
Before you punch me, what makes you so sure she didn't?
Because if she escaped from a hatch in the tank, the water would have gushed out with her!
Oh, the wet
There would
staircase.
have been water everywhere!
Oh,
Wouldn't
wrong
be
button,
magical
sorry.
at all.
Gale!
Ruined. With that out of the way, I'm gonna punch you!
Gale!
I don't know what the button is. I'm sorry.
You paused like 3 times to look!
If she escaped from
Yeah,
the
and none
hatch,
of them
the
were
water
the
would have
actual
gushed
screen with
out
the
her.
instructions.
There would have been water everywhere!
I'll cut through your words.
There, I did it. Are you happy now? I cut through her words.
Yes.
There was a reason the room wasn't flooded with water. The staircase that was attached to the water tank. Try to remember how the staircase was positioned. It was aligned perfectly with the tank's escape hatch, meaning the water tank was connected to the inside of the staircase.
Inside staircase? His body was in stairs?
Yes, his body was in stairs.
Knowing that, it's clear how Himiko made her escape from underwater. There was a curtain covering the tank during the performance, allowing Himiko to enter the staircase from the hatch undetected. Any water that spilled out would have simply funneled into the staircase.
So how do you get out from the staircase?
The staircase also has an escape hatch, one facing away from us. It's placed so that the water would not drain from the staircase.
In which case, a person could exit and leave water inside the staircase.
However, that person would be soaked, meaning that some trace should be left.
That would explain why there was a puddle around the stairs.
So when Himiko came out from the stairs, her wet clothes dripped water all over.
Haha, bitch! Caught you soaking wet and red-handed!
But it doesn't prove anything about the murder.
But that does mean that the glass panes was related to the body.
The glass pane is just that hatch being removed.
Oh, I thought the glass pane was covering something on the bottom of the tank.
No,
Okay.
it's just the
My
window
bad.
being pulled off.
Wait, is she gonna confess?
Judging from Himiko's reaction, you hit it right on the bullseye.
We proved magic isn't real.
Himiko's clothes should have been wet when she left the water tank.
Behold, the magnificent underwater escape. And then the dead body.
Not wet.
Of course. That's because my underwater escape wasn't a trick. It was magic.
No, magic had nothing to do with why her clothes weren't wet.
Changed her uniform.
That's it!
She never got wet in the first place.
It's because
Do we
she
have any
changed
evidence
her
of this?
uniform.
I think so. Maybe.
The dormitory is stocked with uniforms. Did you hide one behind the stage in advance?
I remember seeing Himiko go to the gym this morning, carrying a uniform and a towel.
Angie! What side are you on? My god, woman!
Magic is real, please.
Ah! Why would you say that?
I see. She had a towel too. She may not have had time to fully dry her hair. But her short hair and hat ensured we were none the wiser.
Himiko can't get wet, because her body repels water.
That's... Oh, Tenko.
Huh? Like a duck?
Exactly.
Himiko,
Don't you know?
Come on.
All
Give it up
witches are
already.
ducks. We've had
That's why they float!
we've had a lot of trials in history based on that very, very true fact.
Fine. It's just like you said. The water tank and staircase both have mechanisms.
So I was correct.
But that doesn't mean I used them. I didn't need them, because I used my magic.
I didn't notice that their podiums
Again with the
are
magic
brought to the
crap.
center when they're
Were
being
you
questioned.
dropped on your head as a kid?
Now that we understand how the trick was performed, let us move on.
Can we just be like,
Yes. Let us
yes,
proceed.
okay, we know that you
did
did the
the
magic.
culprit hide
All
Ryoma's
good. Now
body.
let's move on. You can shut up now.
From our discussion earlier, his body could have been in the space inside the staircase.
But that's where Himiko would escape from, right?
So Himiko went in the stairs with the body? What kind of kinky shit is she into?
Miyu,
That
can you
seems
just
unlikely.
one
There isn't enough
normal
space for two
sentence
people.
at any point? Just like, I like toast. Good for you.
Yeah, the stairs are pretty cramped. It'd be hard to fit even Ryoma and Himiko in there.
Who says they went in together? She could have made the switch as she was leaving the tank.
You guys saw his body drop in. Guys.
At the same time, she could have pulled out the body from inside the stairs. That way she'd have room to put herself in there. See how easy that is?
That is not easy. Being underwater and moving a body is really hard.
Also, I mean, one, it's Ryoma's body. He's probably like 15, 20 pounds.
That's okay.
Well, okay, he was wet, so maybe 25. But also, like, I'm still getting confused by Angie. She was like Himiko's biggest supporter 5 minutes ago, and now she's the one who's like, oh yeah, she definitely could have killed her in this way. I don't get it.
Angie's just cray-cray, okay?
Angie, you make me sad.
I think that explains how Himiko changed places with Ryoma's body.
Wait a minute! Why did you automatically assume it was Himiko?
Who else but Himiko could have done it?
Back to the center.
Angie, you spent more time with Himiko than any of us, so why are you accusing her?
Exactly.
You may think you're protecting Himiko, but what if she really is the culprit? We'll all die, and it will be all your fault. Atua will lose precious devotees. Are you okay with that, Tenko?
Okay, the problem is her super dark eye look, her angry look right there, kind of growing on me. Does is she taking volunteers for Atua cult?
Darling!
I'm totally fine with that.
What?
I don't care what anyone says. Himiko would never murder someone. That's what I believe more than anything.
Wow, I really gave up my one friend for a stupid cult. I'm rethinking my entire life's decisions right now.
Do we have any evidence they were actually friends at the beginning?
They hung out a lot.
Okay.
I want to believe in her, no matter what. If I can't do that, then I'd rather just die. So until this body takes its final breath, I'm gonna keep believing in Himiko.
I never noticed that Kibo's hair is a question mark. It's, Huh.
The only one who could have switched out Ryoma's body is Himiko herself.
Alright, what are we
When
looking for?
Himiko was escaping the tank,
Well, we're disagreeing with that,
she dragged
right?
out the body hidden in the stairs.
Go on test account.
Simply switched
There was no
Yeah.
body in the tank.
Are you telling me you saw that happen?
No one could have seen that. It would have occurred in the middle of the show, when the tank was covered with a curtain.
So basically, no one saw anything.
Gonta!
That's wrong!
Yeah. Gonta, you are allowed to speak now.
Someone did see inside the tank. It was Gonta.
Gonta, I choose you!
Gonta had climbed onto the stage and was looking into the tank from above. Isn't that right, Gonta?
Yeah, Gonta saw down into tank, but saw no one in there.
No one was in there?
Yeah, no one. Guess that clue no good, huh?
No, Gonta, you've proven my point.
No, that's actually a great clue. Because if Ryoma's body was hidden inside the staircase, Himiko would have had to pull them out before she went inside. There certainly wasn't enough room in the staircase for both of them. But that means, if the tank was empty when Gonta looked, Ryoma's body must not have been hidden in the staircase.
Wow, we figured
What
out
if they
the obvious
squeezed into
things.
that space with Ryoma's body to avoid getting
This is the
caught?
best part about the trials, the very beginning where you're just like, God, okay, let's get through the obvious stuff.
Yeah.
She had no need to worry about us witnessing her at that point. For the entire stage was hidden behind a curtain. To all but Gonta, anyway.
Then the culprit never would have considered hiding inside the staircase with the body. Entering the staircase after moving the body is much faster, and seems more rational too.
Then Ryoma's body wasn't hidden in the stairs?
No.
Someone better say where the fucking body was hidden, or I'm gonna start cutting throats!
In the piranha tank. Yep, pin that
Where
down.
was hidden? It's clear it was outside the staircase. But where?
Where? Piranha tank.
Where were you hiding Ryoma's body?
It wasn't really in the stairs, was it?
After all, there was only enough space for Himiko.
That's true.
Well, how about behind the curtain?
If there was a way to enter the tank from there, then it would be plausible.
Or maybe the body was in the tank all along, but we just couldn't see it.
Impossible. You'd need top-notch visual effects to pull that off.
Yeah,
And
visual
what of the
effects,
tank
we got that.
containing the piranhas?
No way! If you put a body in there, the piranhas would have eaten it way before we saw it.
But if the body and piranhas were separated,
Agree with
then it
that.
wouldn't have been devoured, correct?
But with what?
The rope.
Even though he was in the same tank? Might explain.
Where were you hiding Ryoma's body?
I don't have rope on here.
It wasn't really in the stairs.
Glass pane. That's what the glass pane was. It was a false bottom to the box. He was behind the piranhas. That's why they look so crowded.
I see.
Was it?
After
makes
all,
more
there was only
sense.
enough space for Himiko.
We know it's like the last one.
Well,
There we
how about
go.
behind the curtain?
I was wondering if it was going to explain the piranha thing, because I was like, well, maybe
Then
that's just
it
going to
would
be
be
anime
plausible.
logic, like piranhas. I don't know, they just
Maybe
didn't
the
eat him
body
until
was in the
dramatic
tank all
effect.
along,
That makes
but
so
we
much more
just couldn't
sense,
see it.
though.
Impossible. You'd need top-notch visual
I'm so
effects to pull
smart.
that off.
You are so smart. Look at
And what
you
of the
go.
tank containing the piranhas?
No way! If you put a body in there, the piranhas would have eaten it way before we saw it.
But if the body and piranhas...
Run.
Yeah!
I agree.
The consent!
We look like such good friends.
Woo! Me and Kyo, buddies
His
forever.
hypothesis is correct. The body and the piranhas were separated. This was accomplished using the square glass pane found in the tank.
Just as I thought.
No, I don't like how he said that.
I like that.
No.
He's unfortunately they're growing on
Using
me.
that glass pane as a divider, a safe space could be created in the tank. It is in such a space that the body could be stored, separated from the piranhas.
Then that means Ryoma's body was hidden in the piranha tank the whole time!
Not the whole time.
So Ryoma's body fell into the water tank with the piranhas?
Gonta knew it!
What is it, Gonta?
Gonta was above stage when piranhas fall. That's why Gonta sees something no one else could. When piranhas fell, Gonta sees some big thing fall into water tank with them.
And you didn't tell us.
Look, Gonta's not
Oh,
the
look, they have a little ribbon for
mono kid.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad they decided to remember him as well. That
He gets a ribbon.
we get just red paint splattered over our face.
Also, why do we get red and he gets pink?
I don't know, because his dad loves him, okay?
Must be nice.
Ooh.
I'm joke. Right when the timer hit 0, the buzzer went off. And then... death. Pause that! Zoom and enhance! The bottom of the suspended tank swung open, and the murky water and shadowy shapes inside fell straight into the water tank Himiko was swimming in. Huh?
Now that going to think about it, going to maybe see Ryoma's body.
When the piranhas dropped from the tank, I thought I saw something bigger drop as well. The water tank on the bottom is made completely out of glass, correct? You can see what is happening through the glass. Can you really hide a body in the tank?
Even in murky water, a dead body would still be visible in a glass tank.
Unless a certain something was used to obscure the body.
The piranhas! They dumped even more piranhas.
A certain something?
We all agree that the glass pane was used to separate the body from the piranhas, correct?
Yes. This has been established.
Well, that method has the added benefit of hiding the body from view.
Yeah? How could you hide a body like that?
How was the culprit able to conceal the body in the piranha tank? Oh wow.
Go to square...
Crammed piranhas?
Maybe piranhas? Go back to square glass pane for a second. Okay, something special about it. Piranha tank.
I'm pretty sure it's crammed piranhas.
Okay.
This is it!
They used more piranhas!
It was the piranhas. The piranhas were obscuring the body.
Piranhas.
Huh? The piranhas?
That's right. Remember what Angie said during the investigation?
Oh, that face.
I noticed it right as the show started. I feel like there were more piranhas today than yesterday when we were preparing.
They increased that significantly? I didn't know piranhas fuck like rabbits.
It seemed that way, but it wasn't that the actual number of piranhas increased. The glass pane divided the tank nearly in half, right? The piranhas got crowded together, making it look like there were more of them.
The more densely the piranhas are
That is
packed,
something I'm thinking
the
I
harder
should
it
have
is to
realized
suppress them.
earlier.
What?
The glass pane was used in the tank. 'Cause we knew he was in the tank, we just didn't know how.
Well, I just assumed, incorrectly I guess, that the square glass panel was to the hatch that they showed
we
in
both
the...
thought it was part of the escape.
Yeah. So it wasn't really clear that the hatch wasn't removed, you know?
Mhm.
But that's okay.
Because of that, it was difficult to see the body hidden in the tank.
That glass pane was the lid from the piranha tank. It was really easy to detach that lid, so it's no wonder they used it as a divider.
Gee, thanks for telling us that useless detail.
I know this is fiction, but now I just feel bad. I feel like no one took care of the piranhas. Like, usually if you're...
Did anyone care about the piranhas?
Did they get fed? Did they get clean water? They were in the water with a dead body. I don't know if that's healthy for them.
Probably
What the heck
not.
are you saying? That detail was super useful.
Or, well, in essence it was, because they did get a meal out of it.
After,
But, like,
they were in there all night with just...
in general, you don't want a dead
Dead
body
boy
just
soup.
to hang out.
Sure, the lid looks a little big, but if you set it diagonally, it would fit perfectly. Nice job, Himiko! Your explanation was awesome!
This much evidence? It seems like the body was definitely in the piranha tank.
So here's why it wasn't.
Congrats, Himiko! Now there should be no reason for anyone to suspect you.
Hold up.
Really?
We still got more things we can blame on Himiko. It's not Himiko, but we certainly can still blame
Oh
her.
yeah, we're gonna take our time.
Yeah, Because if you didn't switch places with the body, then you couldn't have killed him.
It only means we now have other suspects. You are not cleared of suspicion just yet.
Okay, but still, that's way better.
That's wonderful news, Himiko. Atua is happy for you.
Apologize, Angie. You and your Atua better tell Himiko you're sorry right now.
Do it.
Atua is sleeping. He went to bed angry because you all doubted him.
What a petty-ass god.
Your god sucks!
No, it's okay. We shouldn't be mad at Angie. We should be mad at this class trial. At this killing game.
No,
Wait,
you don't get to pull that now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she...
You don't get to pull that now! You didn't tell us how the trick was performed, which would have saved us 30 minutes.
Oh, Himiko! Bless your sweet, kind heart.
That's what Atua said anyway.
I knew it.
What?
I knew she was still gonna be in the pocket of
The
Atua.
handsome god went to bed angry, though.
Himiko's still brainwashed?
No, not the brainwashing!
But I'm not giving up just yet. This is gonna be a breeze. Great, now what are we gonna do? We're back to square one.
If square one was
Are
the
we
body
back
was
to
in the
square
tank,
one?
then yes.
Because any of us could still be the culprit. Jeez! You flunked out of tard school or something?
We don't use those words anymore, Miyu.
Not everyone.
We are a civilized society.
We can narrow it down to whoever doesn't have an alibi yet.
Eh? What alibi?
I guess I should have known a dumb whore pig like you wouldn't understand. So let me explain.
But we're okay with that. No, anyway.
You know, Kokichi, we don't use that kind of language either. Though she kind of deserved it, we don't use that kind of language.
Who you calling a dumb pig?
You didn't object
If
to the
there's
whore
this
part?
much evidence, then there's no
I
mistake.
mean,
The body was
good for
hidden
you,
in
I
the piranha
guess.
tank. But for someone to plant the body in there with such limited time is pretty tricky.
Kokichi brings up a valid point. There's only one time the culprit could have set up this scene.
Yesterday, during nighttime?
I think so. Was it done?
No.
Oh.
Wrong answer. I guess before nighttime.
If you can't remember something as basic as the school regulations, you're useless.
I was wrong.
Everyone's staring at me. I screwed up. They think I'm a fraud.
I'm the worst detective! Okay, so it's before nighttime.
That's it.
I just don't know what nighttime's considered, okay?
Yeah, because we were there at like 10
Before
p.m.
nighttime.
It was done yesterday before nighttime.
Ding, ding, ding! The ultimate detective gets it right again!
Thanks, Kokichi.
Wait, how do you know it was before nighttime yesterday?
Stop asking me dumbass questions. It could have been solved with
See,
the
like,
process of
in this case,
elimination.
Kokichi's a good deputy.
I mean, he is a great deputy. He has a very peculiar style that invites a lot of aggression.
We need to clarify the role of deputy because there's two possible roles for it, right? Is it the person who is supporting us, or is it the person who is advancing the trial?
I think it's the person who advances the trial, who like brings up the good questions, you know? Because like the deputy like doesn't necessarily have to be the one who's just hanging around us all the time, because they can still add nothing, like Kaito, who has added nothing.
Except for the fact that a cable is 50 feet long.
Yeah, so
Which we also just believe. We didn't even measure.
yeah, that is true. So Kokichi certainly has more deputy prowess than Kaito in that regard.
He's the anti-hero deputy.
Jeez. Fine. I'll explain it to the itty-bitty pea-brained bitchlet.
Again, language Kokichi.
Bitchlet!
Unless she's secretly into it, I really can't tell.
Yeah.
First, the gym was closed during nighttime, so no one could have entered.
Because if you try to enter the gym at night, it'll go off.
You talking about my butthole?
No.
Yes.
No. Absolutely not.
No, she means the alarm.
After nighttime passed, morning came. But hiding the body before the show was...
Impossible! Himiko and I were waiting in front of the gym before the morning announcement.
Which leaves only one possibility. It was done before nighttime yesterday. Anyone who doesn't get this is just as stupid as the whore bitchlet over there.
Audiences, we apologize.
Look, we don't...
But to be fair, this is Danganronpa, the third one. If you're just now watching this, you should have expected something about this by now.
So the culprit placed Ryoma's corpse in the piranha tank before nighttime yesterday? Which means he was also killed during that time frame.
Yay! Now we know what time the crime happened, right?
Within, an hour.
Yeah.
I still don't really get it, though. Can we narrow down the time of death a bit more?
I'm sure we can narrow it down more if we consider the source of the information.
Okay, so...
Gonta's account.
Gonta's account is the magic show.
Oh.
So this should be it, right?
Yeah. Because I was going to say Gonta was the one who saw him last.
Oh, I guess not. Ryoma was not present at the meet and greet. I don't believe anyone that Gonta captured had seen Ryoma.
Can we get Miku off that face now? Or Miyu, or whatever her name is?
Yeah, we could try. Is there more? Oh, there's more. Okay, so Kokichi...
Don't think so.
No. Witnessing Ryoma.
Yep.
Okay.
This is it!
I thought we were getting to that with the insect meet and greet, but okay.
If we can find out who last saw Ryoma alive, we can narrow down the time of death. Hirumi, you were asking everyone when they had last
You know what I
seen her,
miss?
right?
What?
I missed when we were playing Ultra Despair Girls, and it suddenly went into a full 20-minute anime episode. I kind of want that for these cutscenes. I know it's high production value and everything, but maybe I just need to actually watch the Danganronpa anime now.
Yeah. Once we finish this game, we binge watch the anime.
And then we do our official tier list of the best characters and best deputies.
Tier list, best deputies. Let's go.
Yes. Gonta was the
Nagito,
last
top
person
tier,
who
best
saw
deputy.
Ryoma.
Look, he may have had some other problems, but he was always the best deputy.
No!
Don't die.
We literally had the Ultimate Detective as a deputy in the first game. Which I didn't play or watch.
Exactly, so you don't know.
What? Really?
And when was the last time Gonta saw Ryoma?
When Gonta was inviting everyone to insect meet and greet, so... Gonta think that was maybe 8 p.m.?
If he was last seen at 8 p.m. and was killed before nighttime officially began...
Mew, just say no.
That's what I'm saying, can we just...
And everybody else in the trial is just trying to talk seriously. She's like, Miyu, please! We're trying to figure out a murder here. This is very important.
She's just posing for the cameras, okay? She knows the entertainment value.
8 o'clock and 10 o'clock at night.
So all we must do is find someone with no alibi for that time period, yes? Simple enough. After all, most of us were detained by Gonta then.
If I recall correctly, the only people that weren't there besides Ryoma...
That would be the 4 of us. Myself, Kaito, Mew, and also Maki.
And Kokichi.
Well, Kirumi, you would tell the truth, even if it screwed you over.
I do this for everyone. It is my duty to unveil the truth, so I do not care if people suspect me.
Dang it, is it her?
Ah, beautiful! Your spirit of self-sacrifice is just too beautiful!
Oh god, please stop with the Jesus pose.
I will also say this. The crime took place between 8 and 10 o'clock at night, and I was at the gym during that time. But I was only there for about 5 minutes.
Why would you even say that, though? You're tying a noose around your neck, you know.
Because I was chasing you, you little...
I don't care if it was 5 seconds. It's way too suspicious that you were alone in the gym. I think the cleaning lady here is the culprit. You killed Ryoma, didn't you?
Yep, you found me out.
Did you just fucking disrespect the noble art of being a maid by referring to her as a cleaning lady?
Look, Mew's having a tough day. We gotta...
You goddamn
We-
imbecile!
No, we gotta-
You disrespectful little trash!
No, we gotta let it go. She's had a tough day.
You scum of a false deputy!
No, she's not even in the running for deputy. It's okay.
She never will be now.
It's too soon to tell. We should hear what everyone has to say, right?
Fuck that noise!
But Mew, you don't have an alibi for when the crime occurred either, do you?
You think I'm suspicious? I don't even know where the gym is.
Doesn't telling such obvious lies make you more suspicious, Mew?
Mew, come on. Get your act together.
The other two without alibis are Kaito and Maki. Let us hear your testimonies.
I was in my research lab the whole time. I didn't go to the gym.
But that cannot be proven, can it?
I will murder you. I will rip off your arms, and I will shove them into your mouth, and you will be eating yourself for the next 5 months.
What about Kaito? Only murderers grow out creepy facial hair like mustaches and goatees.
Just want to let the audience know that Gale asked me to shave my beard into a goatee recently.
A mustache and goatee.
Something you want to say, Gale?
I just was really feeling murderer chic, you know?
What? My goatee's not creepy. It gives me a glamorous celebrity vibe.
Anyway, among those four, the culprit must be the one who doesn't have an alibi.
I apologize, but given the circumstances, we have no choice but to suspect you.
Suspect who? Who's the culprit?
Everyone.
Why are you guys suspicious of me? I've been helping the whole time.
Oh, wait. I remember now. I do have an alibi.
You will see whether or not I am suspicious as the trial progresses.
I'm
No
not
way
the
I'm the
culprit.
culprit.
Alright, time for the really complicated one.
Yes.
Oh, except maybe not. Oh no, the mass panic debate is going to start. That's what you're thinking, right?
No.
Well, you're exactly correct, buddy.
Oh.
But let me give you another tutorial first.
Okay.
The mass panic debate this time will have a loud voice dialogue. Loud, okay. It's when one of your opponents shouts their opinion in a loud voice. That blocks out everyone's arguments. Even if you see a weak spot, you can't refute it. Oh no, what do I do then? That's what you're thinking, right?
No, but okay.
Luckily, it's just like white noise. Shut them up with the silencer. After that, all of the arguments will be audible again. When you just shoot the truth bullet at the weak spot, you know the drill. Thank you for your understanding.
Mass panic debate start.
I have an
I was
alibi.
running away from Gota.
Kokichi's
I
account?
tried hiding in the classroom.
When I was running from
I even
Gota,
tried hiding in the girls' bathroom.
things got a little heated if you catch my
Until they
drift.
left with
Nothing felt perfect. What's Monkey's alibi?
Then right before nighttime, I got tired and fell asleep.
Did you really leave the gym at 9 p.m.?
I was
Are
in my
you
research
sure
lab
you
the
did
whole
not
time.
stay at the
No,
gym?
in my own room. Jeez.
I need to sort out everyone's statements just like Coyote did.
Alright, so you look at...
Well, the only one that had a thing was
Yeah, his.
his. So it's obviously that one, but I just don't know what it was.
I was running away from Gota.
What is your
Tried
alibi?
hiding in the classroom.
When I was running from
I even
Gota,
tried hiding in the
others
girls'
were with me.
bathroom.
things got a little heated if you catch
Until
my
they
drift.
left with
Nothing
Gota.
felt perfect.
I think we're gonna do
Monkey's alibi?
Kokichi's
Then
account to
right
like
before
prove that
nighttime, I got
Kurumi was
tired and
with
fell
Kokichi.
asleep.
Did you really leave the gym at 9 p.m.?
I was in
Are
my
you
research
sure
lab
you
the
did
whole
not
time.
stay at the
No,
gym?
in my own room. Jeez.
No, it's that one, because we did not... Yeah.
What?
You missed.
What?
You
Running
missed.
away from
Oh, come on. That was the most
What is your alibi?
minuscule not miss of all time.
Missed it by that much.
I even
Still a
tried
miss.
hiding in the girls' bathroom.
Things got a little heated if you catch my
Until they
drift.
left with
Nothing
Gota.
felt perfect.
What's monkey's alibi.
Then right before nighttime, I got tired and fell asleep.
Did you really leave the gym at 9 p.m.? Are you
research
sure
rabbit
you did
hole.
not stay
What?
at the gym?
No, in my own room. Jeez.
Come on! That's...
You shot the same place twice. You shot, it missed.
This
You
is
said,
the
come on,
worst
and
hit.
shot again.
the worst hitboxes of all time. Okay?
When I was running
I
from
even tried hiding in
The
the
worst
bathroom.
hitboxes of all time.
catch my
Until I
breath.
left with
Probably
Gonta.
not perfect.
I am trying my best.
Monkey's alibi.
Then right before nighttime, I got tired and fell
I
asleep.
didn't run
Did
into
you
anyone.
really leave the gym at 9 p.m.?
I was in
Are
my
you
research
sure you
rabbit
did
hole.
not stay
What?
at the
No,
gym?
in my own room. Jeez.
Okay. Come on.
Try again.
I'm trying!
You don't need to go for the V spot.
I do! That's the point!
Look, some people go their whole lives never hitting the V spot.
Oh, shut up.
Kirumi is telling the truth. Kokichi's story proves it.
Right when I got to the entrance hall, Kirumi spotted me. That was right after I left Gonta's lab, so it was right around 9 p.m. She started throwing questions at me left and right, asking if I was up to no good. She just kept talking, and then finally let me go at 10 p.m. when that time finally rolled around. A whole hour? Well, only the first half hour was a lecture, then we played tag for the other half.
Kokichi met Kirumi at 9 p.m., and they were together until nighttime.
Gonta went to the gym to catch Himiko and Angie 5 minutes before 9 o'clock. After I left Gonta's lab, I ran into Kirumi. I'm pretty sure Kirumi stayed at the gym 5 minutes till 9 o'clock.
This information could have been told to us beforehand.
It could have been, but that would have been too easy.
Sorry, forgot. I definitely didn't keep it a secret to make the trial more interesting.
He breathed as easily as he lived.
He's just like...
He lied as easily as he breathed. Come on!
Forgot? It
I mean, I
seems
hope he
far more
breathes as
plausible that
easily
you're
as he
telling another
lives.
lie.
Seems rather important to that function.
He might be asthmatic.
Unlike robots, we meatbags can't pull out our memories from our hard drive.
You can't?
Was that supposed to offend me? Your irrationality fills me with pity.
Why is she...
If I
Oh,
am the
because
culprit,
things got
that
heated.
would
That's
mean I
why.
killed Ryoma within 5 minutes, transported him to the gym, and hid him in the piranha tank. This seems highly unlikely.
Unfortunately for you, he wasn't killed in the gym.
I need to know what happens if you pull that ring. Is it a grenade? Does she have a catchphrase? Does like a Woody situation? Does it unravel? Is it like the bell is a zipper thing? I don't know, but I need to know what happens when you pull the ring.
It turns out she's a puppet. Like it unwinds all of her stitching.
If you called Ryoma out to the gym and killed him there, you wouldn't need to move him. All you would have to do is hide him in the piranha tank. Gonta was in the midst of heading to the gym to capture Angie. Are you claiming I took advantage of that and called Ryoma for a rendezvous at the gym?
That'd be pretty difficult. We should probably look at other possibilities.
Maybe someone snuck into the gym while Kirumi and I were busy talking.
The only ones capable of that are the other three with no alibis.
Mew, Kaito, and Maki! Ah, you're including me too?
Yeah, you're not. You have no alibi. You're fine. No one
Hold
believes.
up for a second, too. Her alibi is that she was not fully dressed. That does not mean she couldn't have killed or couldn't have done it. This means she would have done it without a shirt on.
Look, I don't think anyone seriously. Well, I mean, the characters do, but I don't think anyone in the real world seriously believes Miyu did it. She's just. Nothing. It's not.
Nothing about her screams, "I'm relevant."
Yes.
But there's actually
that's
one
an insult.
person we can rule out of the suspects list.
Right? There's one person who's totally not suspicious. Say who it is already.
One person could be eliminated as a suspect, according to Kokichi. He must be talking about the figure he saw. That he certainly would have an alibi. We need to pin down who that was.
Oh my god. It was Miyu, okay? She was the figure who was slightly in her lingerie or whatever.
Key to that fact lies in Kokichi, Gonta's, and Miyu's statements. According to what we know, the figure Kokichi saw must be...
That's it!
Now here's the real question.
Kokichi, you're talking about Mew,
Does
right?
this game care enough about fan service that they're going to show it?
Let's find out!
What?
Get that censor button ready!
Yeah, you can take her off the list. She actually has an alibi.
Booyah! Suck it, nerds!
Wait a sec. Since when does she have an alibi?
If you compare everyone's statements, there's no other possibility.
Oh yeah, I did something odd while Kurumi was lecturing me. Something odd? I saw a half-naked girl wandering around the courtyard in her underwear. It was too dark for me to make out who it was, but I saw her walk around for a bit.
A girl walking around half naked?
That would never be me.
Who else could it be but the horny exhibitionist Mew?
We can't just jump to conclusions like that. He just saw a shadow.
Could have
right?
been me, right?
I am also a hot half-naked woman.
That could have been anyone walking around in women's underwear. Even me.
Oh, Kaito. Kaito, it was a joke. You weren't supposed to actually go for it. Kaito, no!
That'd be a whole different issue.
No,
If
it's
he's
Mew,
not dead by
without
the
a
end
doubt.
of this, I'm gonna
You
kill
and
him.
Gonta's statements prove it.
Oh, gone to see Miyu, but Gonta's face get red hot, so Gonta no could bring her. Your face got hot? You mean you were hot on her trail, right? No, she used her, what she call it? Secret woman weapon. And then... well... I had to use my secret woman weapon, and let's just leave it at that.
I see. It sounds like Gonta got an eyeful,
What? Why the heck were you in your underwear, Mew?
Oh, well, 'cause, I'm
Pretty stacked, so...
I figured I'd take my clothes off so Gonta would be too flustered to touch me.
That's my story and I'm sticking to it, you cockroaches!
You make it sound like that's not the story. Like there's like some secret... Oh no, I was just hoping Gonta would chase me around a little bit more. Oh,
Anyway,
Yep.
I think the blood rushed to both of Gonta's heads because he got super embarrassed.
Mew was in her underwear, and Gonta got weird feeling. So Gonta ran away.
Well, when you got the body of a goddess, it's only natural to want to flaunt it. I show my panties to the boys all the time. And I mean all the time.
good for you, Miyu. This part has been entirely
So
censored.
you're welcome, Gonta.
I mean, he didn't ask for this.
Tug session.
Poor Gonta.
Most of that was unintelligible nonsense, but it would seem that Mew has an actual alibi.
Yep, it took a while, but at least we got everyone's alibis cleared up.
Except for Kaito's.
We should remember all of this in case we need to recall these events again.
No, please don't. Alibis for yesterday has been recorded in the monopad.
That leaves Kaito and Maki as the only ones with no alibis.
Then one of them must be the culprit. But which one, I wonder? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch the culprit by its...
Kaito?
Hold up! Don't decide just yet!
Am I about to be betrayed by a friend once more?
Two prime suspects. Kaito and not Kaito. But something inside me doesn't want to accuse Kaito, but the other wolf does. Other wolf named Common Sense. I want to believe Kaito until he's proven guilty. I will trust him.
Maybe we should determine the sequence of events. The culprit
No, we should do something more fun. And I have the perfect idea.
Alright, Deputy, let's go. What's your perfect idea?
What?
We narrowed it down to 2 people, and one of those 2 is the culprit, right?
Oh, so we're doing the
Since
scrum?
we don't have to randomly accuse each other, finding the truth just got much easier. So let's find the truth with a more effective method.
And what is this effective method?
I'm enjoying this vibe change.
Yeah.
If one of them is the culprit, then the innocent one should know who the guilty one is. Yeah? Because if you know you're not the culprit, then you can just accuse the other person.
So they're both
Yes,
just gonna
that is
accuse
true.
each other.
Which means there is one person among us who definitely knows who the culprit is. To that someone who knows, do your best to convince us. Work harder.
Work harder?
Have the 2 argue for their innocence. That's how we'll decide our culprit.
Put them in the arena.
Gladiatorial fight! Maki versus Kaito. Except I have a feeling that knowing how Danganronpa goes, that it's neither.
It's gonna be the scrum fight, right?
Maybe.
Even if we did that, wouldn't they just pass the blame back and forth?
And...
Huh?
You guys talk about cooperation and teamwork, but you're all afraid. You're too scared to point your fingers at others, so you hide behind the word trust. How do you expect to find the culprit when you're all worried about each other's feelings? If you're planning to expose a liar, then you have to corner them psychologically.
I would know. I am the biggest liar of them all.
Only then will they reveal their true self as a liar, hiding beneath a layer of deceit!
This dude is unhinged, but he's still my best friend.
If we want to find the liar, I suggest that the 2 suspects argue against each other. No more pointless deductions. All we need is for them to fight for their lives. So let's host an argument that's totally not boring but super fun!
Hey, if I don't have to work, fine.
When we find a contradiction, we'll scare the culprit until they screw up! That's how a true class trial works. Right, Monokuma?
A development like that would liven things up a bit.
You and me, we've got the same style, kiddo.
Yep, I totes agree.
You're agreeing with Monokuma? Just whose side are you on?
No one's.
I'm on your side. I don't want to die either, you know. That's why we need to take this seriously. A hot debate to
We've spent 5 minutes talking about a debate that has not yet happened. Just give them knives and call it a duel already.
Start this.
If you guys need some help getting started, I can give out the first topic. Our first topic is this! Ta-da!
Aw, he looks so cute in this
He
picture.
does look very... Except for the fact that his eye should be there and it's not.
He's so adorable. I just wanna give him a big old hug. Be
Wanna
like,
go-
oh, look at my little murder child.
I just want to take him out to the backyard with some gloves and a ball and play catch.
Not just any Cubs pad, but the one given to our latest victim, Ryoma. When we started investigating, I went straight to his room to borrow it.
So it wasn't the culprit who took the video from his room. It was you.
And the reason why I brought it out just for this occasion is because one of these 2 had Ryoma's motive video. Dun dun dun!
One of these 2 had it?
And for us to figure that out, we need to know who this motive video belongs to. Take a guess, everyone! Whose motive video did Ryoma have?
That's assuming they're swapped in pairs. Motive video that Ryoma had. Was it Kaito's or Maki's? Well, it's Maki's because we had Kaito's.
Yeah, we had Kaito.
I should know the answer.
Yeah. It was Maki's because I had Kaito's. Solved! Easy!
It was Maki's motive video, right?
Oh, how did you ever guess? Ooh, I know! It's because the motive video that you have belongs to Kaito. Process of elimination wins again. The obvious answer was Maki, right?
Is that true, Shuichi?
Yes, you're right.
And what about that? Just because Ryoma had my motive video, that doesn't make me the culprit.
Finally, you said something! This is how a debate should be.
You've talked for the first time in like 5 episodes. Wow, Maki, welcome to the world again.
Progress.
I only brought up the motive video to make you talk.
Excuse me?
Okay, now that we got the party rolling, let's get you and Kaito ready to argue. Remember, if you're not the culprit, then that means the other one is. Got
Is
that?
he just deflecting off of himself with this?
No, it would be way too obvious.
Okay.
I don't believe it. In my heart of hearts, I don't believe this man could kill.
No, I mean, I still think it's a hypothesis that he told, Maid-sama too while they were running around.
I guess,
Anyway.
maybe.
Let's start this extreme death debate.
Maybe
Tear
that's
up the
foreshadowing
other's
for the
lives,
next
rip
murder.
each other apart.
Wait just a minute. What are you trying
Quit
to...
screwing around! We don't need to debate who's a culprit! I'm not the culprit! That's for sure.
Which means...
Kaito, wait. Maybe Kokichi is wrong. Maybe he...
But Maki isn't a culprit either.
Huh?
What?
I'm dumbfounded, but okay.
Huh? Really? You're saying neither of you are the culprit? Then what would be the point of this whole debate?
Who cares about that? All I know is that neither me or Maki are the culprit. It's just a hunch I've got.
Hunch?
He is defeated by stupidity.
If it works.
Are you being serious? You do know all our lives are on the line here.
I have a
right?
hunch I wasn't the killer.
And you're betting our lives on just a hunch?
You don't get it. This isn't just any hunch.
This is an astronaut hunch. Astronaut hunches are a lot more powerful than normal people hunches.
This is an official hunch from the Kaito Momota, luminary of the stars.
What?
How illogical. This is even more difficult to comprehend than Kokichi's antics.
You're totally not serious. You can't be that stupid, right?
No, he might actually be that stupid.
Yes, someone understands.
Damn idiot! A two-a-damned idiot!
Hey, don't call me an idiot. Anyway, me and Maki aren't the culprit.
Maki and me.
There's no doubt about it. I believe in Maki.
No,
For
it
no
would be I.
reason.
You what?
You believe in her?
Is he
But
just trying to,
based on
like,
what?
defend her so that he can ask her out later?
Huh? I don't gotta base it on anything. No matter where the clues point. In the end, the only thing that matters is what I believe, right?
Absolutely not. That's not how anything works. God, Kaito.
Whether I believe or not. Whether I want to believe or not. That's the only thing that matters.
Yeah, that didn't stop Kaede from dying because she was the actual murderer, so...
She believed that she
So
was going to
you
get
do not
the
have any
mastermind.
evidence.
Only baseless conjecture.
But I totally get where he's coming from. Because I want to believe in Himiko too.
Want to believe, huh?
They're all starting to believe.
I think I understand that.
Wanting to believe in someone is a beautiful act, yes. However, it is a sentiment that has no place in a class trial.
He's an idiot after all.
It's okay to be idiot, as long as you believe in people.
No,
No.
don't learn from this.
We're surrounded by morons. This is why we have no real deputies. This is why the evil dude has to be the deputy, because everybody else is a moron.
This is
Guys,
why
I
this
said don't call
started,
me an
our
idiot.
character being the
Really
deputy,
hurts
because we
my
have to be our
feelings.
own deputy. Nothing. It's true. That's not what a class trial is about. You're supposed to think logically. You can't let your feelings into it. It's absurdity, total absurdity. But then again, that absurdity saved me before, right? No, it didn't!
Absurdity
the logic is what saved you! You dumb... I don't know. Why do you trust me, Kaito? There's a chance that I'm the culprit. I believe in you because I want to. Do I need a reason other than that? What? Isn't that why you believed in Kaede?
Yeah, and she was a murderer.
I mean, sure, I might get betrayed in the end,
Actually, that is exactly what I said last time this happened.
Do you believe me now that it's Kaito?
I don't think it's Kaito. I think he's just stupid.
If I worry about that, I won't be able to believe in the people I want to believe in.
Kaito, your grandparents are dead.
If I can trust my logic, maybe I should trust Kaito's feelings too. Yeah, it'll work out in the end. So,
I'll believe in Maki as well.
What?
I'll believe in Maki, but not Kaito.
That's our Kaido, right? Making us think with our hearts.
You too? How could the ultimate detective believe in someone without proof?
But there's no proof linking Maki or Kaito to this crime either. I believe in innocent until proven guilty. For now, they are innocent.
Right on, Shuichi. I knew I picked a good sidekick.
I believe in the justice system. In the foundation of our democracy.
This isn't taking place in America.
And by the way, I might be the ultimate detective, but I'm in training. I told you that, didn't I? I'm just an apprentice, not a real detective.
Everybody.
Because we all know who the ultimate detective really is. It's that one girl from the first one.
Yeah.
How do you plan to get closer to the truth without suspecting either of them? Unless you have evidence to the contrary, these two will remain suspect.
So I just have to turn it around, right?
Huh?
It's not like I owe that idiot a favor or anything just because he defended me. But that hopeless idiot may have encouraged me a bit.
Seriously, enough's enough! Stop calling me an idiot!
But you are! Just accept it!
We'll call you smart when you've earned it.
What are you trying to say, Maki? I didn't want to say anything, but I can't stay silent forever. So I'll tell you.
Oh? Tell us what?
I met up with Ryoma during nighttime yesterday.
Bum bum bum!
You what?
And what happened? We'll find out in the next episode!
Oh my gosh.
Are you
They're
guys...
so long!
You guys got so much to look forward to. Look at us, solving trials, believing in people without any evidence to believe in and or not believe in those people. It's totally not either of them. Which leaves Miyu or Maid-sama, which means right now it's looking very much in Maid-sama's favor.
Or Kokichi.
It's not Kokichi.
Fine. Alright, but we'll figure it out hopefully next time.
I believe in Kokichi. I believe. Alright, see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye. Hi there, it's the end of the video, my friend. Hit the bell if it was okay, I'm sure I'll make good content someday. I'll play some games or do some drawing, Pokemon and fights with darling, video essays and reviews. I couldn't do it without you, so thanks, like and subscribe.